2023 has been a horrible year for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trudeau finds himself at a crossroads, facing a storm of controversies that threaten to reshape the narrative of his leadership, exploring the fallout from his tumultuous 8th year in power, and the many missteps that allowed the Conservatives led by Pierre Poilievre to surge in popularity. This year could be the final nail in the coffin of the Prime Minister's career in politics. From political pressure reaching a boiling point to strategic maneuvers with global consequences. Get ready for an intense exploration of the many decisions that he made that are casting a shadow over Trudeau's leadership. From the multi-thousand-dollar vacation to Jamaica when Canadians were suffering, to the carbon tax that's been taking dollars away from homes. Could this be the end to Justin Trudeau's reign over Canada? Find out in today's video. In the latter part of 2023, Canada experienced a massive shift in political party support, and no one felt the tremors more than Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The once unstoppable force faced a relentless storm of challenges, leaving many questioning his ability to steer the ship. What's the verdict on Trudeau's performance? Well, brace yourselves for a jaw-dropping revelation. During a recent segment on CTV's Question Period, Scott Reid, a seasoned political analyst and former communications director to Prime Minister Paul Martin, delivered a blunt and shocking grade for Trudeau, a dismal D. But that's not all. While Trudeau faced criticism, a rising political star emerged on the scene. Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives soared ahead in the polls, leaving Trudeau's Liberals in their wake. The sharp contrast in performance was enough to earn Poilievre an outstanding. Now, let's talk about NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who secured policy wins, including dental care. However, despite these victories, Trudeau's political nemesis managed to maintain a more favorable position in the polls. Singh receives a B for his overall performance, but it's crucial to acknowledge his policy work with a grade of distinction or merit. The same can't be said for Trudeau, who faces an uphill battle to regain public trust. Liberal lawmakers and political operatives are buzzing with whispers that it might be time for Trudeau to consider stepping down. The Prime Minister's approval ratings have taken a hit, trailing his rival Pierre Poilievre by double digits for months. Add to that the recent Supreme Court setback on environmental laws, and Trudeau's political landscape is looking increasingly precarious. Trudeau's decision to backtrack on his signature carbon tax is raising eyebrows, with critics suggesting it's a move to shore up support in Atlantic Canada, where the Liberals are losing ground to the Conservatives. The optics of walking back on a major policy, especially on climate commitments, could further damage Trudeau's standing. Drawing parallels to the past, political observers are reminded of former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney's dramatic defeat in his 8th and 9th years in power. The government's fatigue, loss of focus, and policy failures are haunting Trudeau, and the pressure is mounting. Trudeau's popularity is waning, with polls indicating that a significant portion of Canadians believe he should step down before the next election. Even among his own supporters, there's a split opinion on whether he should stay or go. The speculation about Trudeau's future is not limited to the political class. Recent critiques from figures like Canadian Senator Percy Down are gaining traction, highlighting concerns about fiscal responsibility and economic management. Down's words are echoing through the rumor mill, putting additional strain on Trudeau's leadership. Trudeau's apparent drag on the Liberal Party has become a focal point of political commentary, with experts suggesting that after 8 years in office, people are finished with him. As the rumor mill churns, Trudeau's ability to focus on critical issues is questioned. The pressure is on, and the chatter in Ottawa is reaching a fever pitch. But as speculation abounds, Trudeau remains adamant about leading the Liberals into the next election. However, with potential successors frequently mentioned, the question remains: can Trudeau weather the storm and maintain control over his party's future? Trudeau's approach seems to hinge on Trump's popularity in Canada, as highlighted by a recent Abacus data poll showing that 66% of Canadians prefer Joe Biden as the next US president, compared to only 34% for Trump. The assumption here is that tying Poilievre to Trump carries no downsides given the US president's unfavorable standing in Canada. However, the political landscape south of the border tells a different story. Trump is currently leading in both national and battleground state polls. In critical states, his leads are substantial, such as 7% in Georgia, 4.7% in Michigan, 4% in Wisconsin, and 3% in Nevada. Even in states where Biden has a majority, like California, Trump's polling numbers are significant, echoing the percentage of votes Trudeau received in Canada's 2021 election. Trudeau's strategy, aimed at leveraging negative sentiments toward Trump to sway swing voters away from Poilievre, carries inherent risks. If unsuccessful, Trudeau may find himself dealing with a victorious Trump in 2025. This outcome could potentially lead to a more protectionist and antagonistic approach towards Canada, impacting the delicate relationship between the two countries. Furthermore, Trudeau's reliance on Biden's popularity among Canadians may not be as effective as anticipated. The same Abacus data poll indicates a decrease in Biden's approval among Canadians since his election, dropping from 84% in 2020 to 66% currently. Meanwhile, Trump's current polling numbers represent the highest for a Republican candidate in recent years, suggesting that Trudeau's political maneuvering may not yield the desired results. Canadians are expressing their frustration and disappointment after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that Canada does not support the case brought to the International Court of Justice, ICJ, against Israel, alleging genocide during its military operation in the Gaza Strip. This decision has ignited a wave of reactions from various groups, shedding light on the diverse opinions within Canada. During a press conference, Trudeau emphasized that Canada's support for the ICJ does not necessarily mean endorsing the case brought forward by South Africa against Israel. This move has sparked widespread criticism from Canadians, including lawyers, politicians, activists, and support groups. Organizations like Canadians for Justice and Peace in the Middle East and the National Council of Canadian Muslims have urged Trudeau to align with South Africa in seeking justice. Despite the criticism, there are voices supporting Trudeau's stance. MP Anthony Hosephather expressed being pleased with Trudeau's position, labeling accusations of genocide against Israel as baseless and unconscionable. Meanwhile, the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs welcomed Trudeau's position on the lawsuit against Israel, but called for a rejection of what they termed libelous genocide allegations. As the controversy unfolds, it's evident that Canadians are divided on Trudeau's decision, reflecting a range of perspectives on the sensitive issue of Israel's military operations in the Gaza Strip. With 2023 already being a difficult year for Trudeau, and the start of 2024 being very similar, will the Prime Minister be able to recover? So far, Canadians have expressed much dissatisfaction towards the Liberal government. But until 2025, the coalition with the NDP will keep Trudeau in power until the next election. Only time will tell, but Canadian sentiment is clear. It will take a miracle for Trudeau to win back the hearts of Canadians, and Pierre Poilievre and his Conservatives have taken full advantage of every single controversy and mistake. The Prime Minister is on the back foot and shows no signs of catching himself, so this could very well be the end of his time in office come the 2025 general election. That's everything we've got. What do you think about Prime Minister Justin Trudeau? Is this really the end of his career? Is Pierre Poilievre going to be the next leader of the country? Let us know by leaving a comment down below and telling us what you think. If you haven't, leave a like and subscribe to help support us. Thanks for watching.